Hi there, Fred, FR5ED with a silent 5 and a beer review. I am venturing into virgin territory for me. This is so unlike anything that I've ever had so far, and I'm trying to branch out. This is going to be a year of many new things. One is I'm going to be trying many more styles than I have in the past. Number two is I'm working to become more educated, not just experienced by trying things, but educated in beer, reading great books, like I think I mentioned this one the other day, mastering homebrew, because number three is I will be starting to brew very soon. I got my brewing equipment, my Brew Boss kettle and the associated components with that, the accelerator, counterflow chiller, several things there. Still to come are the fermentation temperature control solutions, whatever that turns out to be for my fermentation chambers or fermentation tanks. Still debating whether I build my own or I buy a ready-to-go immersible unit. Have not decided yet. Anyway, but back to what I'm here to try today that's very new for me. It's by Sierra Nevada, which I figured was a safe way to try a new style, because I'm familiar, very familiar with Torpedo and their Pale Ale, and a couple of others, several of theirs that I've had, and they're well known. So I figure this new style for me, this would be a good benchmark. All right, this is called Otra by Sierra Nevada. This is I'm going to pronounce it wrong, I'm sure, Gose, G-O-S-E, Gose or Gose style ale. It is a German style ale, and I'm going to read just a little description here from Beer Advocate under their styles section. It says it's an old German beer style from Leipzig. Gose is an unfiltered wheat beer made with 50 to 60% malted wheat. Wow, okay. That's a high ratio of malted wheat, okay, which creates a cloudy yellow color and provides a refreshing crispness and twang. A Gose will have a low hop bitterness and a complementary dryness and spice from the use of ground coriander seeds and sharpness from the addition of salt. Like Berliner Weiss beers, a Gose will sometimes be laced with various flavored and colored syrups. This is to balance out the addition of lactic acid that is added to the boil. Somewhat recently, Gose has seen a mini revival with a handful of breweries bringing back this style in the Leipzig area and pubs like, I'm not going to try to name that one. All right, over here, now let's get down to this specific instance of this style by Sierra Nevada called Otra, means other time, I believe. It says, here's the commercial description, Otra means another time. And for Sierra Nevada, that time is early California when beers were made from local ingredients. The brewery trialed several various native produce searching for great flavors. Prickly pear cactus flourishes in the states and deserts, something's a typo there. And grapefruit fills the Central Valley's flats. Together, their fruity, tangy blend makes Otra, whose tartness is true to the Gose style, pop with character. It's rated a 93 overall and a 91 in style, and it's after only 84 reviews. Comes in at only 4.5% ABV, and that's yet another thing for this year that's going to be new for me, is instead of gravitating, no pun intended, towards the higher gravity beers, I do want to spend some more time exploring some lower gravity beers, just broadening that palate. And let's see, over on Beer Advocate, it rates an 85 after 62 reviews, and that's it. So let's go ahead and get moving on this and see what we find out. Expect it to be very light compared to what I'm used to. Oh yeah, very light. All right. Wow, and the head on this is very white. I'm used to, I guess, and hadn't realized it, used to an off-white head. This seems to be much whiter, and it's very light, slightly hazy, very slightly. I thought it would be hazier than this, being a wheat beer, because of all the gluten and the proteins that tend to be in there. And I expected more of a head on there too, because I thought with wheat beers you get good head retention because of the, I don't want to say gumminess, but the stickiness of all the proteins that are in the wheat. And the head's dissipating too. It started out about 2 fingers down to about 1. medium density bubbles for the most part. And this is a very light straw, straw yellow color. And not much carbonation there. It's just settling out. Now for a smell. This should be very different for me. That is very different. Not getting, well, I was going to say not getting any hop aromas. There is a definite lemon smell there, but I'm wondering if that's not from the hops. They didn't mention adding lactic acid. The style over here, the German style, they do, but they didn't mention here at Sierra Nevada, so who knows. But I am getting an acidic, lemony, smell. Also, the malt, and it's a different malt aroma. It's, wheat instead of barley. But it's kind of a soft, soft, bready, type of malt smell with a good, potent, acidic, almost sharp, acidic lemon smell. And it said grapefruit here. Maybe it's citrus. It's a tart citrus smell. So lemon, grapefruit. Not smelling the prickly pear cactus that truly is in here. So anyway, now a taste. Have to try not to react so strongly when it's very different than what I'm used to, but that is very different than what I'm used to. Let me see if I can describe everything. Another taste. Sour, definitely sour. Almost no bitterness. A little bit on the tongue maybe, but I think it is definitely mostly sour. Medium mouthfeel. Definite grapefruit and lemon flavor in there. And getting the wheat. That definite wheat malt taste as well. If there's prickly pear in there, I don't know what that tastes like. Almost a little astringent too. This is as far removed from an IPA as I've ever had. There's no real sweetness to it. It's not like sweet and sour. It is definitely dry and sour. And with that wheat and that lemon / grapefruit flavor in there. Anyway, it is very different. It's very refreshing. I will say that. It's a cool day here. In fact, it's been kind of chilly all day. That's why I got the hat and the coat on. I will not tell you the temperature since I live in Central Florida. Anybody up north will laugh at me. That is refreshing. It would take some getting used to, but IPAs took getting used to as well. So, off to more adventures for this year at Craft Beer Adventures. And this is Fred FR5ED with Otra Gose style ale, however that's pronounced, from Sierra Nevada. And you have a great day. Over and out.